Okay, now let's work on chapter 2, text. Okay, number 1, you have a triangle. Here is angle A. Here are side 5, 12, and 13. They ask to find all 6 trigonometric of A. So that's the angle A. Sine A is opposite. Opposite of this angle is this one. 12 over hypotenuse, that is 13. Cosine A, and it doesn't say anything about the coordinates, so it's just finding the appropriate sine and cosine and other functions of the triangle. Adjacent angle to A is this one, because that's adjacent to A. So that's 5 over 13. Tan A is equal to opposite over adjacent, which is 5, 12 over 5. Cosecant A, half like this is just the reciprocal, 13 over 12. Secant A is 13 over 5. Cotan A is 5 over 12. Okay, next question. Number 2, it's given 2 triangles in fact. It's one triangle but divided into 2. So this one is 4 W Y and then Z X and 45 degrees. And this one is 30 degrees. If you just think of this triangle right here, to find Y and W first, you can copy the triangle outside. This is 30. This is W, this is 4, this is Y. If I know that sine of 30 degree angle is opposite over hypotenuse, 4 over W. What is sine 30? That's 1/2. So 1/2 is 4 over W. So you cross multiply. W is equal to 8. And then now you want to find Y. You can use the cosine. So you say cosine 30 is going to be adjacent over hypotenuse. So now you know the hypotenuse is 8. So you would say Y over 8. So cosine 30 is root 3 over 2 is Y over 8. And then again you cross multiply. You have 8. Root 3 is equal to 2Y. You divide both sides by 2. So Y is equal to 4 root 3. Okay. Now you have Y equal to 4 root 3. W is equal to 8. You do the similar thing to find X and Z. You can copy the triangle out. That's right angle, 45 degrees here. This is X, this is 4, this is Z. Sine 45 degrees is, sine is opposite over hypotenuse. 4 over Z. Sine 45 itself is root 2 over 2. So that's 4 over Z. You cross multiply. So 8 is equal to z times root 2. You divide both sides by root 2. Z is equal to 8 over root 2. In this case, if you rationalize things, simplify, then I want you to do it. So on top you have 8 root 2, on the bottom you have 2. Things cancel, z is equal to 4 root 2. This is a 45-degree angle, so you know that this one is also 45 degrees. So, and this is a right angle, so this is going to be an isosceles triangle. If this side is 4, then this side is also 4. So x is equal to 4. Or you can use cosine of 45 and find. So now x is 4, z is 4 root 2. Okay, next question. Question number 4, it says determine whether the statement is true or false. Sine 24 degrees less than sine 48 degrees. You don't have the calculator, but you can sort of eyeball 24. If 24 is here, 48 degrees, a little bit more than half. If you think of unit circle is going around this one, so let's say you had the unit circle at the beginning. Which one, if it's sine, means the value of y? Which of these two will have a higher value of y? 48 degrees, because y is the same thing as sine, so then this is a true state. Part B says cosine 24 compared to cosine 48. So cosine will be reflection on x-axis. Definitely x-axis of 24 is larger. So the second one, cosine 24 is less than cosine 48, is wrong, or it's false. Okay. For part C, we can just put in values. Cosine 60 plus 30 equals to cosine 60 times cosine 30 minus sine 60 sine 30. This is 90. Cosine of 90-degree angle is 0, equals to cosine 60 is 1/2. Cosine 30 is root 3 over 2 minus sine 60 is root 3 over 2. Sine 30 is 1/2. These are the same thing subtracting. So the whole thing when you subtract is 0. So okay, next question. So finding sine of 240 degrees is equal to 240 is an angle that is passing 180 by 60 degrees. So somewhere right here. So the reference angle is 60, where the whole angle is 240. We care about 240. And then 60 degree of reference angle. We know that sine in this quadrant is negative. So this is equivalent of negative sine of the reference angle. So again, negative is only here because it's on the third quadrant. So that is equal to, you memorize sine of 60 is root 3 over 2. So this is negative root 3 over 2. So the original answer is negative root 3 over 2. Okay, same thing with the cosine 240. You would say it's the same thing as cosine of 60. And that is also negative on the third quadrant. Cosine 60 is 1/2, so negative 1/2. Tan 240 is the same thing as tan of 60. Tan is positive on the third quadrant, so negative, negative, positive. So tan of 60 is sine over cosine, so it's root 3, and then positive root 3. So it's the same thing as tan of 240. Okay, then you find this cosecant, secant, and cotan as a reciprocal of these. So cosecant 240 is negative 2 over root 3. Secant 240 is equal to negative 2. And cotan 240 is equal to 1 over root 3. Okay. The next question, number 6. So this was number 5. Number 6 is 135, but negative 135 angle is right here. But again, you care about the reference angle of 45 degrees. So that would be sine of negative 135 degrees. It's equivalent of sine of 45 degree, knowing sine is negative in this quadrant. So it's negative root 2 over 2. Cosine of negative 135 is equal to negative cosine of 45. Again, knowing cosine is negative in the third quadrant, so it's negative root 2 over 2. And then tan of negative 135 is the same thing as tan of, again, you always use positive. 45 degrees is equal to 1, but tan is positive. To find the other three, you find the reciprocal of sine, cosine, and tan. Okay, question 7. It's 990 degree angle. 990 degree angle is equivalent. So for this one, you go around the circle twice, it's 720, and then you go 270 more. So you're right here. That is 0, comma, negative 1. So sine of 990 is the same thing as sine of 270 degrees. That is equal to negative 1. Cosine of 990 is the same thing as cosine of 270, and that's equal to 0. Tan of 990 is the same thing as tan of 270, and that is sine over cosine, that is undefined and undefined. To find the other ones, you just use the reciprocal of sine, cosine, and tan here, and you find, and don't forget to put the